Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream today. A beautiful Sunday morning here in South Florida. You can see them out there watering the turf course, getting it ready for next month. We're going to start the day with the fast main track, and also we got the all-weather Tapeta. You can see they're working on the track, too, getting everything ready for what's going to be a pretty solid day here this afternoon on Sunday with a 10-race card. We'll be kicking it off at 12:35. And we have a $100,000 gross jackpot guarantee in the Rainbow Six.
And that was about the best image we've seen in a long time. Like you said, getting that turf course ready. December will be here before we know it. $100,000 in the kitty to go after. And, you know, it gets up there quickly. And these are the days where you can take a shot at it at a big, big score and maybe not have to actually put a huge ticket together. You can get a price or two and take aim at maybe a single in the finale.
Yeah, you see if you can do that. So we're going to start it off today with a 7-furlong sprint on that fast main track. It's a starter optional claimer. These are 2-year-olds that started for $25 or less with the optional tag of $25,000. 8 will go to the post. I think there's only 2 scratches on the whole card this afternoon. So if you did your handicapping last night, you're in front already, so let's check out your early pick 5 ticket.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, too. We don't want to tease you, but, I mean, lightning round is epic today. There's a lot to do. So, $48 early right off the rip here. We'll single my best bet of the day in race 2, North Caucasus, 853 is the order in race 3 with Royal Squeeze on top, and then a 4x4 double to get out of this sequence. Voice of Now, we talked in the office. Miguel Vasquez and Mary Epler teamed up yesterday. We'll try to do it again today. All the way to the outside with my long shot play of the day, 2 Beer Buzz, Ronnie.
How did I know that would be your long shot?
I was just waiting to see what you were going to say on that. I was just, you know, I don't know.
Brian likes that beer or 2 each and every day. Just 2, but I just want to let you know that. So, a horse today that was entered in the stake yesterday. We'll start it off there before we show you a video of Affy Kid. And I'm talking about Zydeco, who was entered to run, as I mentioned, in the juvenile. Boy, he looks good here. You know, he drew clear. He defeated a trio of next out winners by 9 lengths in his 16th career debut. Got a lofty figure. Ramon Minguet is the trainer, and you're getting Edgar Zayas going for his 2,000th victory in this first race.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, you know, this horse probably is going to be odds-on in here. They were going to be very, very low in here. You know, Ron, that was a $16,000 maiden claimer. This horse is 8-1. So, you know, there are reasons to be a little skeptical. Now, if he runs back to that race, forget about it. Nobody in here is beating him. You saw my ticket. I went 3 deep. I'm not against him. I'm not sold that he's going, you know, he might be 4-5 in here. I'm going to make him prove it facing winners. With that being said, every bit the horse to beat.
Well, I was alluding to the horse that you have in second, I have in third. That is Affy Kid, one of 2 from Claudio Gonzalez.
Take a look at a replay here on this one. Now, this is 2 turns on the Tapeta. I understand that. This is a power effort here, and he didn't really do any running on the dirt, but this is now off the claim for Claudio Gonzalez. We'll show you a stat when we're done with the replay. This is a huge effort. Can we do it on the dirt? Well, it remains to be seen, but the fact that Claudio claims this horse out of a Tapeta race and is going to run him right back on the dirt in a spot where he can't be claimed, I think that shows in and of itself a lot of confidence by a trainer who's done a little wrong down here in Hollandale Beach for quite a while now. This was a breakthrough, powerful effort. Let's see what we get right back today on the real stuff, Ronnie.
Yeah, run exceptionally well, and as you mentioned, I think you can see the horse running through the stretch. First off the claim by Claudio Gonzalez. And please note that Claudio also has a horse first off the claim in here with the number 4, Carabinero. So this is a stat about both those horses after this horse just cruises under the wire. We'll put that up. So it's both Affy Kid and Carabinero, first-time starters here. First after claim at Gulfstream Park, 10 for 28, 36%. 68% of the money, 322 is the return of investment. So over the past year, and as I mentioned, you could see Cabernero and think so. Maybe you go with the longer price of the uncoupled entry because you can't go wrong using everything from this bond.
So good.
Just want to touch on Jack Diesel before we turn the page. Stepping up to face winners, drew clear in the slop to defeat 50 maidens, but it was at this 7-furlong distance. How good is Ronaldo Richards going? Who's jumping aboard? Leading rider Miguel Vasquez, a horse that you have to take a serious look at.
Look out. This horse got to this barn last time and absolutely blew up, and there's no reason he can't make a dent right back.
let's go to race number 2 this afternoon, a 1 mile claimer. This also on a fast main track. 3-year-olds or 4 and up, non-winners of 3 in life, $6,250. No scratches in this particular race. Do we have no scratches? No, no scratches.
No, not
We got
till
one
later.
like in the 8th, and then one some. I'll let Peter let you know, and we'll let you know. I went with the 2. Well, let's go with your 4, North Caucus, in here is going to the Carlos David Von Villa to claim and stretching out to the mile.
Yeah, this is my best bet of the day in here. We'll show you the replay. This horse just had a rough go last time at the start, and it really put him behind the 8 ball. He doesn't want to be this far back, and you're going to see right here, and down on the rail too. And he breaks dead last from the rail. That's not what you want. That's not where he wants to be. He wants to be a lot closer, as you can see in his running lines. And here he is now entering the far turn, and he's really nowhere to be seen yet. And he's going to run on, to his credit. And I thought, all things considered, he ran pretty well down inside. Thanks, Bob. Good stuff. He did get some flow help in here. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But I thought this was a pretty big effort. Now I'm hoping that we're going to break alertly today. We're off the rail as well. And Ronnie, Carlos David off the claim, almost 30%. I think we're a big, big player in here. My best bet of the day.
Well, just look who this horse was 3rd behind last, in its last race when he was claimed. Royal Squeeze, Vinny Van Gogh. That's their game right here.
Yes, sir.
6,250, that's their game. But I did go with the number 2 in here, Fulton Street, who was a winner at the 6,250 level, 2 starts back. Now he drops after finishing that distant second. It was against 12-5 condition claimers going a mile last time out. Rory Miller's the trainer. He's got Kevin Krieger at the controls. I just thought that this horse is back where he belongs. The number 4, for all the reasons Brian mentioned, and maybe use a horse like 61 for Rafael Romero with Sammy Camacho.
Yeah, Fulton Street, if you print it out early, Desert Ruler doesn't have italics, but he won yesterday.
That's
so
right.
Coming out of good races.
Race number 3 this afternoon, 7 furlong sprint, fast main track. That's the first 3 all on the fast main track. These are claimers 3 and up, $8,000 in here. You went with the number 5, Royal Squeeze, and that's where we'll start. It's stepping it up a notch today. Was glad to get back home into the Gary Jackson Barn.
Yeah, you said it. Gary did a good job with this horse. The old 10-year-old, that's all. How cool is this? If you can't root for this horse, find something else to do. He's run 72 times. He's won 18 of them, 16 of them right out here on our main track. I mean, he's such a cool old dude. I'm going to tell you what, that win last time, that was as good as anything you're going to see on his page.
Yeah, and you know me with these 7 furlongs. Oh, he just happens to be a 7-time winner at this distance, so very versatile. Royal Squeeze, tough not to have him on top. But I did go with the number 3, Star Wancho. A consistent 4 for 5 this year. Goes to the Kent Sweezy barn after the claim. Stretches out to the 7/8 of a mile. Drew clear to defeat this level of competition. He was the odds-on choice that afternoon, going 6.5. The new connections, they keep the status quo. They got Jesus Rios at the controls. I think the race goes through Star Wancho, Royal Squeeze, Star Wancho.
We have the exact in reverse. I'll be a little surprised if one of those 2 won't get you through this race.
Yeah, and when the tries and super were examining with the 6 horse, looks like logical ones in there. Going to race number 4 this afternoon. We're finally getting to the Peter, and this one's going to be around 2 turns. It's about a mile into 16th. The maiden claim is 3 and up, $16,000. Broken record time, no scratches, no jockey changes in this race. You did go with the number 2, Voice of Now, who he ran well from Mariapla last time out and trying to get one day teamed up yesterday, as you mentioned earlier, for a victory.
Absolutely. So they're looking to double up here. We're 0 for 11 with 5/3. I get it, but, look at this race. That's the type of spot it is. We've got Miguel now getting aboard, and, Ronnie and I say this time and time again. Anything he gets on, he seems to elevate their game, and you need to take note here. He's got a horse that has the right running style. We'll show you the graphic later on today. You want to be stalking, routing on the Tapeta. Voice of Now is that type of horse.
I did go. I read back. If you look at my past performance, I got all sorts of X's and checks, and I changed it around. And I went back to Bluto's Candy, stretching out slightly. He got blocked in the stretch last time out. Still managed to finish 3rd at this level of competition, going a mile 70 yards on the Tapeta. It's Danny Hertak. He's got Lionel Reyes named to ride. Lionel once again riding in great form. Voice of Now for all the reasons Brian mentioned. Then the inside horse, Not a Dance, turning back today to that mile in the 16th.
Yeah, I mean, I used those, in my early pick 5, I had that 4x4 double to get out of this sequence. So anybody Ronnie mentioned as a player, not a dance. I mean, you don't want to be on the lead routing on the Tapeta, but you look at his form. He got to the Tapeta routing 2 turns last time. He moved way up. Don't sleep on him.
Yeah, Voicenau finished in front of him last time out, but, leading rider Miguel Vasquez. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have my Rainbow Six. And don't forget today, the $100,000 gross jackpot guarantee. Be right back.
It's probably the most beautiful racetrack in the country, to be honest with you.
The background is just beautiful.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the grandstand and the racing.
The weather is beautiful. The facility is phenomenal.
The Gulfstream Championship meet has become one of the top events of the year. You could come out on a Wednesday and see a future Preakness winner.
They're off in the Preakness. The Run Happy Santa Anita Derby.
Got the unique 6.5 down the hillside turf course.
A whole lot of great racing here in California.
And we're off.
We have all 3 surfaces here, the only racetrack in the country to have all 3 surfaces. Being close to the ocean, being surrounded by some of the greatest horses and riders in history, it's amazing.
It's the prettiest thing you've ever seen. There's no one else has a background like we do.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today, Ron and Brian. This one is going to be the 5th race, about 1.70 on the Tapeta Maiden, claiming filly 2-year-olds, $16,000. Hey, you want to have a Rainbow Six? Let's start it off with a full field of 12, not to make it easy. We'll talk about this race in a moment. I went 3 deep in there, but in race number 6, I went with the inside horse. I'm a G6, but I used Desert Ruler in Brasstown. And Brasstown, boy, if there's ever been a head-scratcher, it is the 4 Brasstown dropping down. Got my long shot in race number 7. Rabdan came out of a monster key race. It was a while back. Produced 5 next out winners, but I also used Frosted Armor and the 1-horse Onworthy Argentinian bred. And getting to race number 9, I'm going with Panther Island. I just thought this horse came off the bench and ran exceptionally well. And I think in the last race, with the 2 deep, might be a way to, I can get it done because I think Major King is the one to beat there. But I use Inspired Mischief from Joe Orsino with Edgard in the saddles up. $450,000 son of Into Mischief.
Yeah, it's a tough sequence. There are races you can kind of bob and weave. There are races you can maybe take a stand in. There's other races you could go 5 deep in. It's the type of sequence where when we get to that last race on the card today, there might be some singles out there.
Well, I'm going to defer to you with the 2-beer buzz and that race that you want to show.
Well, you know what? We'll take a look at it, okay? This is the first start on Tapeta. This is the first start routing as well. And this is actually 3 of them in here, okay? Nice job, Bob. Thank you. Here's Gladiatora, the 2. Here's Cayman, the 8. 2-beer buzz is the 9. So we'll roll it here. Your, Cayman Queen finishes 4th. 2-beer buzz runs 2nd. Gladiatora runs 3rd. But I thought 2-beer buzz, you're going to see it getting to the far turn. I thought this horse had some run, had to kind of wait. You're going to see him give up first run. It's daughter of Clint, going to give up first run. Little Lady is a Woman is your winner here, and getting that first run on the outside, while 2-beer buzz, the 9, has got to wait for him kind of to all go. They're all going to go past her. She's beaten less than a length in this race. From right here, you're not thinking that at all. She's got to swoop the field. She's got to come from, last at this spot. I mean, not last in the race, but last in your picture. And here she is rolling on, and it was almost kind of like that old light bulb angle that went on again. She's flying mid-course here. Just misses, gallops out. I'd like to think we're tighter and tougher, and maybe we have our game face on the entire time today. She's going to be a square price, Ronnie. This is a type of spot, and we were fortunate enough to pull it off in the nightcap yesterday. Same kind of race. Let's look for a price in here.
Yeah, and that was also from an outside post. That's why I was a little shaky about it. But as you said, we had one yesterday win from that position. This one, 1.70 yards. I did go with Sing Scat, who's dropping to the 16 level today and adding the blinkers back this afternoon. Sort of took that sightseeing trip against those 35 maidens, going a mile in the 16th on the all-weather surface. So for me, it is the drop. Roderick Rodriguez, Jose Batista is going to be in the saddle today.
Yeah, this horse makes a lot of sense. Jose Batista was riding in the Mid-Atlantic. this summer. If you're not familiar with him, solid 14% on the year, and I've got this horse in my mix as well.
He's ridden a lot through the years here at Gulfstream Park. What about the number 3 horse in here, Bobka, who goes to the Jorge Delgado barn after the claim, responded to the drop down in competition? I thought ran a better than it might appear on paper. 5th place finish as the favorite at this level and distance. Chantal's going to be in the saddle today. I want to show you a stat real quick before we congratulate Chantal. Bobka, Jorge Delgado, first after the claim on the Tapeta over the past year. He's 5 for 16, 31%, 81% in the money. 188 is the return of investment.
Yeah, my note on this horse was that he was simply too close to a pace that was pretty hot that day. Your finishing order 6-5-1 at the pace call. So the top 2 finishers came from off of it. Bobka maybe with a little more patient ride today for a barn, as Ronnie just showed you, absolutely potent.
Yeah, you know, you can just look at our selections up there, how wide open this particular race is. You can go a bunch of different ways, and that's where the Rainbow Six is going to start. We're going to flip the page, go to race number 6 this afternoon. This is a 1-mile race on the fast main track, a 1-turn mile. Starter allowance for 3-year-olds and up, started for 16 or less. No scratches in this race, and Brian put a late pick 5 ticket.
Yeah, we'll blitz through this pretty quickly. We got a lot to do with the lightning round. It's only $12. A single coming up in a second. We got a replay too. Poseidon's Sun on top in race 7, a 3x2x1. Reverse pyramid late, pick 3 to get out. Smart Striker. We've got a replay of that one as well. 54 Panther Island. Let's see if we can get back on the beam after having the winning streak snapped last time, and then we'll get out at the end with Major King, who I don't know, Ron, I don't want to speak for you, just looks better in that group.
Yeah, that's the one I had on my ticket. I also used the terrain there. Getting back to race number 6, I'm a G6. We'll start it off in here. Returns at the $16,000 start against starter allowance run at 16 level. Face stakes color competition, including that 3rd place finish. That was that $55,000 overnight handicap before going to the sidelines in August. I found the stat on Aubrey Mirage with a layoff of 61 to 180 days on the dirt. 6 for 24, 25 54% in the money, 224, over the past 5 years. So, steady, good at this particular layoff. So put that one on top. All the reasons you went with the number 5 Desert Ruler, had that 90 buyer, comes back and runs another 90 buyer.
Yeah, and let's show you another reason why I've got this horse on top. We'll take a look at a replay here. This horse ran huge now last time. Watch him here. He's the 2, okay? He's going to get first run, and he's just going to come down. Your winner is Black Belt, the 4, okay? So he's got him in the right spot. Black Belt's got Desert Ruler pinned down inside, and now they're getting first run on a tiring, loose speedster that went crazy fast, especially that second quarter. Looks what's going to happen here, Ronnie, as they're getting to the far turn. He's got nowhere to go while your winner is clear and free on the outside. Desert Ruler's got to wait. He's got to stop right when the real pivotal running of this race begins, and now he's going to re-break, and he really wants to run on here. He just lost the race entering the far turn with the trouble. Watch him try to run down Black Belt. You want to give me clear sailing, I'm almost going to guarantee you Desert Ruler is going to win this race. And I think what you said is very, very important. We thought maybe last time, and I'll readily admit I was dead set against Desert Ruler last time. We're off the claim. We're away from Jorge Delgado, and this is no disrespect to Enrique Amato, but we know how good of a job Jorge Delgado does, and you see that 90 last time, you're thinking to yourself, this horse has got to go down. No, he doubles up, and he runs it right back. This horse is in raging form right now.
What do you do with our old buddy Brasstown?
I don't know.
Plunged to the 16 level. That's been so bad in its last couple of starts.
There's no doubt about it. If he wants to reverse his form and get it done, you just golf clap to Liz Dobles and say, job well done. But I've seen nothing from Brasstown in quite a long time that says he's going to win this race.
We're going to go to race number 7 today, 7 furlong sprint. Claimers 3 or 4 and up, non-winners of 3 races in life, or a race since April 30th, so triple conditions. And as I mentioned, got my long shot in here, and that's Rabdan. Now in the Victor Barboza Jr. bond, this colt makes his 4-year-old debut, the first start. He failed to fire that day on the Tapeta during November, but that was the $65,000 showing up, a race that's produced 5 next out winners, including a couple of stakes winners from 11 starters. Is Mario Villalobos will try to spring the upset. said today. Here's a quick stat with Victor Barboza. Just first after a trainer switch and horses on the dirt, which this horse will be running on today. He's 26%, 58% in the money. So I just thought that was a good thing to take a little bit of a shot like this. You know me with key races. I'm going to take a shot and go into a good barn.
No doubt about it. A barn that is on the precipice of 400 career wins. So it's coming sooner rather than later. We got a couple potential milestones today. Edgar Zayas going for 2,000. Victor Barboza Jr. going for 400. And this horse is a must-use major player.
And you went to the outside with for Sidon's son.
Yeah, speaking of Liz Dobles, I thought this horse has been in pretty good form. I think he's been coming out of some good races for those particular levels. We're outside today. We're going to be, I hope we're going to be closer than last time because he didn't really break alertly. He breaks dead last. That's not where he wants to be. We need to be closer today.
The number 3, Frosted Armor, is dropping a notch after stepping up off the claim by Bobby DeBona, finishing 4th against those 25 optional claimers. Edgar Zayas is going to quarterback to turn back 2-7 furlongs.
You know, we know how good Bobby DeBona is. He didn't get any improvement off the claim out of this horse last time, which is pretty surprising, and now he's back in for 20 on the drop. That's not a great sign. At least it's the same spot Bobby claimed him for. He can wake up today.
And we're really quick. The number 1, Honor, the Argentinian bred, turns back to his best distance thus far. 4 starts, 2 wins. I like that. And I like Ken Sweezy, Lionel Reyes.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. This horse was my long shot last time. Hercules, I think, was 3-5. Man on the Moon comes right back to win. That race he comes out of, a very, very good race for this 20. Don't sleep on Honor.
Let's go to race number 8 this afternoon, about 1.70 on the Tapeta Maiden Special Weight State Bred 2-year-olds. Let's show the video of the horse that I have on top and you have on top, and that is Smart Striker.
Yeah, here he is here. He is the 2 horse. Finishing order is 1-2. So Amnestic. And another horse now. We're talking horses getting first run. And if you watch race replays, you know, that's often the path to victory. And Amnestic's going to come down inside while Smart Striker's got to be floated, and he's going to try to loop this field. He gets beaten a neck, Ronnie, while the winner gets to sift through down on the inside. And Smart Striker, in what was his first Tapeta start, in his first route start, is going to get beat a neck. Well, I mean, what's the difference when you're going 5 wide and the winner is scooting up the rail? It's a heck of a lot more than a neck. This is a big effort today. Hopefully we can save a little more ground. We've got a world of upside, and I'm not sure why this horse wouldn't move forward off, like I said, your first Tapeta, your first 2-turn start, a son of Connect who's only run 2 times as well.
Yeah, and he was 17-1 in that
that's
race.
long gone.
Yeah, you're not getting that today. What about Majesty's Mayhem, the number 3, who's a son of productive freshman Sire Gervin, debuting for Safi Joseph Jr. That should be enough to pique your interest. So I found the stats. Safi Joseph Jr., first-time starters to Peter's route races over the past year. 7 for 26, 27%, 46% in the money. 232 is the return investment. And that's tough to do, route races, you know, first-time starters.
No, it's not 7 for 26 anymore because I showed it yesterday and he didn't win. But still, we tried to use it yesterday. It didn't work. But the fact that we pull this back-to-back days shows how tough it is to do what Safi Joseph Jr. has been able to do about better than anyone. To get a horse to win at 2 turns on debut is probably one of the toughest things in racing. Safi's shown a real niche to be able to do it.
Yeah, and Ready for Diamond, stretching out 1.70 on the Tapeta, showed improved speed, but it's Kent Sweezy and Miguel Vasquez that just want to make sure you take a second look at that.
No, there's no doubt about it. He's a little bit of a wild card in the guessing game on the Tapeta at 2 turns, but Ronnie said it perfectly. Here's Miguel.
Race number 9, about 5.5 on the Tapeta. Allowance optional claimer, 3-year-olds and up. That tag is $25,000. Oh, here's the scratch. The number 7, Rowdy Jess, a big, I think it was 30-1 on the morning line in there. I went with Panther Island. You saw my Rainbow 6. I singled here, and I think this one should have the screws tightened. Return from the layoff to come within the head of keeping his record sprinting on the Tapeta. Unblemished. Ruben Garcia, Lionel Reyes returning on this $90,000 son of Speightstown.
Yeah, he's a cool horse, right? He's 3 for 4, and he had the winning streak snapped by a head last time, and he ran so good. He's clearly the horse to beat. And the other thing I like, too, is, you know, Ruben claimed him 3 back from Safi, and you wonder, hey, can we keep the form Safi's had? 2 races right back, bang, bang, really, really strong efforts, and they are clearly the most definitive efforts in this race.
And you know, the number 4 Mama 3, really consistent son of Big Drama. It was game and defeat when he rallied along the inside. He actually finished 3rd behind Panther Island for Carlos David, Jairo Rendon. Back here, he'd be riding again. And these are the 2 logical ones in there. We got the same exact super up there. I single Panther Island. You use 2 and you pick 5. I can understand that.
Yeah, and these are both horses. We'll show you the graphic later. You better be close in these Tapeta sprints. Both of them are. They fit that bill.
And that's what's going to happen in race number 10 because it's a Tapeta sprint. It's a maiden claim is 3 and up, $16,000. Clear slate 9 in the field. You singled Major King. I agree with you, making a usually fruitful 3rd start back from the layoff.
I mean, he's just better than these horses right now. And somebody, whoever you might like to oppose Major King and whoever it is, they've got to move way up. And he's still only run 5 times, and he's still got some upside. You've seen now 3 races in a row where he's really run well. I don't see anyone in here, Ronnie, that's going to beat him.
You know, the number 3, Inspired Mischief, is returning to the maiden claiming ranks, cutting back to a sprint, failed to fire against special weight runners, going to mile 70. Joe Orsino, Edgar Zayas, named, as we mentioned that, or I mentioned at the top of $450,000 son of Into Mischief you can have for 16 today.
Yeah, a little dicey, right? At least if nothing else, Joe didn't pay the $450 for this, so that's positive. He's dropping out of a maiden special weight, so that's obviously significant. It's the biggest drop in racing.
And that's the 10 races, but we're not done. We've got a big, big lightning round today, and rightly so, because lots of good things to tell you up, and we're going to start it off. And as Brian put in the lightning round, vroom, right away.
Yeah, Turbo got it done yesterday. It was good to see him get it done because he was doing all the dirty work. Chasing Awesome Strong, the undefeated one that swept the Sire Series stakes, and Turbo gets out of his shadow, and vroom, here he goes. Nice polished win for Arundel and Juan Alvarado.
Yeah, very nice performance by him. And that other stake, Darth Vader, comes back to take the juvenile filly sprint.
Did you like what I was doing there? Forceful Darth Vader. Did you get that one? You're a big Star Wars guy, right?
Oh, yeah. I've seen it once.
I thought so. Hey, I've seen it once. This is a game performance because Charlie's Wish, I know you had her on top, and I said to you in the office, you're in a good spot here. And no, Darth Vader down inside. Game as heck to come back, and not only come back, win going away. So an impressive W. Congrats to the Connections.
Less than a week away, of course. We got the Breeders' Cup on both next Friday and Saturday. And we got some horses here that'll be running.
Yeah, we got a slew of horses that ran here over the summer and that did some good work. None more so than Anatomically, who I know you like in the juvenile fillies after she won here in the My Dear Girl, and she did it impressively. And she's going to go first-time Todd Pletcher in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brian. I'm going to put her right on top, and then I'll get a price. And, this is a performance. And, going to Todd Pletcher's barn, that horse really, really impressed me. So that's my pick for the juvenile fillies. That's the only one I've given out so far, and I like it.
All right, and then best bets. Well, let's see the graphic, right? We got them, guys? No, we're coming. Yeah, let's see who else. And we got a slew of them. Last but not least is certainly Life is Good, who's going to take on the mountain that is Flightline, our Pegasus World Cup winner there for Todd Pletcher. But Regal Glory, we showed you that video yesterday, wins the inaugural filly and mare turf. And then Willie Boy for Chantel and Jorge Delgado. We got another clip for them coming up. Simplification is an upset chance in the Dirt Mile. Our Fountain of Youth winner. There's Latruska going to try one turn. Lots going on here. These are horses, that are players in these races.
I like Simplification's chances,
cool.
and I think he might have a big shot in there. It's going to be fun to see. We got the rooting interest next week.
Yeah.
And then today, going back, your best bet?
Yeah, it's early, North Caucasus.
North Caucasus, you see that? 2-1, and mine is Panther Island, and Panthers won again yesterday, so that was good. 8-5 on the board. Your long shot in today's races is 2 Beer Bob, whatever it is.
2 Beer Buzz. There we
2
go.
Beer Buzz, 6-1, and mine is 10-1 in here, I believe, and that's Rob Dan in race number 7, coming out of a Munster Key race. So it's going to be a fun weekend next week.
Well, there's no doubt about it, and just join us here because we've got huge cards here. We've got 10 on Friday, 12 on Saturday, and obviously with the Breeders' Cup at Keeneland, we'll open up early here. 10 Palms has got a great deal. Silks, the Breezeway, the Apron. Just get down here, celebrate it, play it with us here at Gulfstream Park.
Yeah, you know, and we got stakes action next week in those 2 days. One on Saturday, one on Friday, and one on Saturday.
The old Seller Syrahs, and this is Omi Cheetle. Ronnie, say that quick. Omi Cheetle.
Omi Cheetle, that is, we figured that one out finally a couple of starts back.
Yeah, and Fausto Gutierrez, who's got this one here, and I got just a weird feeling Fausto's not going to be here next week. And I think he's got some business to attend to in Lexington. A lot of those horses, as you saw the graphic at the Breeders' Cup, are on that list. Obviously, none more so than Latruska. He's live all over the place, and he's everywhere, too.
How about showing these good horses we have here at Gulfstream and our sister track up at Preakness up in Maryland, coming and winning at Keeneland?
Yeah, this is a good one here. Jorge Delgado, who we know so well down here. We mentioned Awesome Strong and Chantel on here for Leah Farms. Jorge Delgado getting his first lifetime career win at Keeneland. Doing it in the stakes race, too, with Super Chow, who's now 3 for 4 lifetime. Broke his maiden here during the Royal Palm meet. He's been everywhere. 4 starts, 4 different tracks, including a win last time at Pimlico.
Yeah, nice ride by Chantal, and that's a $200,000 race, so congratulations to all the connections.
And they got Willie Boy, that exact group. Chantel, Jorge Delgado, Leah Farms, Willie Boy with a puncher's chance in the Breeders' Cup Sprint next weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. And, of course, you follow us along on all our social media sites to let you know exactly what's going on at Gulfstream Park next Friday, next Saturday, and, of course, next Sunday when everybody comes in and explains that they won or they lost, hoping it's on the win side. So good luck, everybody.
The industry has a few things that we have to take care of better, and one was the aftercare of the horses.
If we did nothing, these horses would end up in very bad places. That can't happen.
We have a social responsibility to make sure that thoroughbred aftercare is also #1 on the list.
The cost could be the entire industry. We have to take care of these horses.
I remember that meeting at Belmont Park. It was a dream.
It's different than any other program that was put into place.
It is a first line of defense for those who are concerned about what happens to the equine athlete after he's done racing.
We started with some 21 organizations across the country, and now we're up to over 82 facilities throughout the country and giving away almost just under $25 million.
It's the one shining accomplishment that we have that we can point to say we really do love our horses.